Professionals here. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Wordcast. Every Monday, we bring you the latest in video game news, talk about survival horror, machinima, and what's going on at the Ward. I'm one of your hosts, Shaun Clark, alongside Jazz Rich. That wasn't even
Hi!
you. There it is. Alec Funnel.
You asshole. I knew you were doing something.
And Nick Sharpshot. Hello?
Seriously.
Oh my god. What a powerful start.
Wow.
Right out the gate. We're fucking killing it. Hey Jazz, you have a thing.
I have a thing. That's news to me, but
What?
I also have news. So I wanted to rage about Monster Hunter. So I went online to inquire about Iceborne, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Assborn.
Because I'm like, oh, I already have the game that I paid $80 for. So let's see how much this add-on DLC is going to be. So the game is $40, like the base game. And the add-on for Iceborne is like $50-something. And it doesn't come with the base game, but you can't play it without the base game. So the add-on is more expensive than the base game.
That's the definition of an expansion pack,
That's fucking retarded. I don't understand. Why is the add-on more expensive than the game itself?
Well, what does the add-on have? Shaun, you're the expert. You play a lot of hunting monster ghoulies.
Nope. Do I?
No,
right?
He doesn't.
You don't do the dailies?
He has a life.
God, no, I can't.
Wait, it's telling me an adult with a job can't do dailies in a game that's meant to be
not monster.
From what I've read and seen and heard and whatnot, it's essentially the same size as the base game, so I kind of get it. Like this is more common with like MMOs and things like that, like older kind of expansion stuff like that for like massively multiplayer RPGs and things like that, where they would pretty much release it's DLC, but it's the size or bigger than the base game. So it kind of makes sense that they're charging the same or more for that version. But you also have to consider the fact that like Monster Hunter's what, a year old now? A little more than that? Like a year and a half, something like that. So like obviously the cost of the base game is going to drop, but since they're releasing content that's just as big as like the base game, it kind of makes sense that they would charge the same amount. I don't like it. I don't want to have to buy the game twice, but I get it, and I'm sort of used to it because I used to play like EverQuest, which used to do that shit. Like every year they would release a new expansion, and guess what? $60. So it's not a new concept to me, but it just goes into the whole like, oh, I'm spending $120, $150 for a single game, and that's fucking garbage.
Yeah, well, especially if somebody wants to get into the game and they're like, oh, I don't have it yet, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna buy Iceborne. Then they buy it and they're like, okay, well, it doesn't come with the game, so they can't play it. They have to go and spend like $100 to get the main game.
Just wait for the Game of the Century edition, The
Game of the Century. It's weird because I thought they were releasing a version of that on disc that came with the base game as well as the DLC, but I guess not.
Well, they do have it digital too, but it's like $100. So anybody who doesn't have the game yet has to pay $100 for one game. Like they can't play both. I don't know. I just find it weird that you can't just like if you're coming new to the game and like all your friends are upgrading to this game, so you're like, well, now I gotta buy like the main one and the fucking Iceborne.
Well, I also think that I'm reading the wiki thing here, and it says that it's like the other half of the story, which I imagine means that you probably like if you're playing the game for the first time, you're not going to buy Iceborne, I think, right? Because you'd have to play the first half of the game and do all the stuff there. This
all
is
the
more
all the Iceborne stuff is essentially end game content. So like if you just bought Iceborne, like everything that's in that game is going to require you to be like max level. So if you just bought that, you wouldn't be able to do anything if you're just starting out, because you'd be level 1, you'd be too weak, you'd go in there and die instantly.
Well, I don't even think the areas are
accessible. I do that anyway.
What?
That's what I do anyways. Oh, that was all.
Yeah,
Wanted to
I don't
bring
like it.
that
It's
add-on.
yeah,
Stupid.
it's just part of the whole DLC garbage.
Just another
know.
reason for me not to play the game.
What? Yeah. I don't know. I'll probably get it eventually, but again, I don't like having to spend that much money on a game, especially since there's no version of the Iceborne that's on disc, so it's like, it's just
You just
$60 DLC that I'm, just spending $60 for nothing, which I don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll release a version like Game of the Year, Monster Hunter World Gold, or whatever.
But it's just like the Spider-Man thing. Oh, here's Game of the Year, but none of the DLCs on the disc. Like, well, fuck you then. Like, don't. Why release that? It doesn't make sense. Well, it makes sense to them because it's cheaper to do that, but for the consumer, it doesn't make sense. Just buy the game and buy the DLC if that's what you're gonna do. I mean, just put the shit on sale or whatever.
Who are you as a consumer to them?
Yeah. I'm just, paying for the content that they make and supporting the company. But, why would I be important? Yeah, it's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's fine. Hey, Jazz.
It's fine. Hi.
How was your week?
It was good. Sorry, there's a cat on my leg. It was good.
Attack.
It was a good week.
Good week.
Attack it again. I didn't do much of anything. But I did play Cards Against Humanity at my work, and every time patients walked in, we were like covering the cards so they didn't see what we were doing. And we lost a card somewhere that said bisexuals or bisexuality. I'm not sure. So I was kind of freaked out that the boss would come back on Monday or whenever and find a random card that said bisexuals and go like, "What the fuck was happening while I was gone?" And we would all lose our jobs, but it was a lot of fun. It's like a holiday half the week because the doctor's on holiday and the other one leaves to go somewhere. It's good. But other than that, like, I don't know. I wanted to share that story with you. I watched some movies.
Anything
They
good?
weren't classics this time. I was gonna watch Friday the 13th yesterday, but then I realized I don't have it, and I also don't really care for them. So
wow. How dare you?
I tried to watch Alien again.
Tried?
I couldn't. I don't know. The second one entertains me, but the other ones I find are kind of like,
oh man.
Aliens. It's inside me. It's out. I'm dead.
Wow.
The end.
That makes me sad. The Alien movies and the Friday the 13th movies, they're all good.
They're good. Like, I find they're atmosphere movies. Like, if I'm having a party with some friends and the lights are all off and we're all like throwing junk food at each other and watching movies and like trying to scare each other during the movie, that's fine. But slasher films for me typically are like, especially when you already know who the fucking killer is.
Well, yeah.
There's no suspense, and you've seen them once, so you're like, well, he's gonna come out now, and it's entertaining, but with friends. So on my own, I'm like, I don't know. They're not bad.
You're hurting my feelings.
I just think maybe if you should move here, and then we'll watch it every day. There you go.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. I did watch Flatliners.
The original?
No. You're the second person to ask me that, and I didn't even know there was an original.
I haven't seen the remake, but
Ellen Page plays a doctor, and she's really small.
Oh, wow.
Well, she's
always really small. That's
I know,
not
but
a
she's a
spoiler
small
at all.
doctor. It's really funny. She's tiny doctor. Tiny doctor in your pocket. I played games. I played Defiance with Alec. I played Elevation. I played I played Defiance on the headset with Alec.
Yeah.
Because
What does that mean?
we can't find each other online. It's apparently a glitch in the game that every now and then your friends don't appear online, and then you can't play with them.
Oh, that's
and he changed
fucked
his
up.
region and his language like 3 times and still couldn't do it. So
It's a bit like
played
Death by Dandelions. You just can't do it.
Yeah, exactly. You can't find your friends.
Yeah.
The system decided you don't have friends.
Why do you need friends?
Exactly. To watch Friday the 13th with.
Apparently, that's the only way it's good.
Yeah. That's the only way. You know how my brain works. After 10 minutes, I get sidetracked if I'm not kept entertained.
Oh, a deer.
Don't they make medication
Ooh,
for
a
that?
butterfly. Yeah, probably. But I 10 minutes with the medication, and I'd be like, okay, I'm done. What else did I play? I played I Am Alive.
I'm alive.
I'm alive. I like that game. I haven't played it in a long time, clearly, because I kept getting lost.
Starring Jonathan Squeedis.
Jonathan Apocalypse. Jonathan Apocalypse trying to find his way home to his dog. Or giraffe.
What's the dog's name? Giraffe?
I don't know.
The dog's name is
I don't
Giraffe.
know. He wasn't there when I got there.
Oh no, he's been giraffe napped.
His dog's name is Wife.
What?
And what else? I got RE5, but I haven't played it yet. It's a new game I've been wanting to try. Seems pretty fun.
Just came out this year.
I heard it was the original Resident Evil, so I can't wait.
Yeah, it's the classic.
Well, I haven't played it since me and Nick tried to do the Let's Play, and then all of my footage disappeared, and I got mad and punched my computer a little bit.
Oh no.
How many hours are you going to spend, beating that game?
You know what? Alec, nobody
90?
asked you what you did yet. And other than that, I played Revelations, but Rachel's a bitch, so I didn't really play much. I keep trying to kill her before she gets to the cafeteria, and as soon as I get to the cafeteria, she kills me. So I'm like, okay, we can't do this.
Wow.
Game over. And that's about it. That's what I did this week. Played 10 minutes of 3 games.
Good job. Progress.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I did more, but that's for updates. Yeah.
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 Alec, how was your week?
Yeah, it was okay. Started with a Monday, got to a Tuesday, had a Wednesday in it.
More Craig David, huh?
No, that was just a total original thing. That wasn't even a song. That was just me being funny. Yeah, so I got a contract for my new job, so yay.
Ooh, yay.
Played Defiance with Jazz, kind of, ish, possibly, maybe.
Attempted to?
Attempted. Played a bit of Resident Evil 0, beat it without saving, so I think I'm 78% done on the trophies on that bit. So also played Minesweeper.
Minesweeper? How fucking random.
It's a good game.
I was just staying in my play pretend where the fun ain't got no ends. Can't go home alone again. Need someone to numb the pain.
God damn it.
Yeah, that's my week. How was your week?
I'll go last though. I'll go last. But I just want to say fuck you guys for not including Dead by Daylight that you played with me in there. It's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No
We
problem.
did about
No
an
big
hour
deal.
and a half of
No fucking problem.
didn't realize we actually played.
Jesus. I didn't want to play with you guys anyway.
You just wanted to kill us anyway.
Well, that's why we
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
find you then.
Fuck you. Nick, how was your week?
Oh boy.
Also,
I'm not
welcome back.
going to tell you how. Yay! So for that reason that you just said, I'm not going to tell you how my week was because it would be very boring. Instead, I'm going to tell you how the past 3 months have been. That'll be a little more interesting.
I need popcorn.
Yeah, go get your fucking popcorn. I moved back to college because I go to school, and I did a lot of cool stuff. Traveled across America for a bit, couch surfed. And now I'm back in school, and I'm finally back, doing this whole internet thing with these crazy people. But yeah, I'm writing music and shit. So if anyone likes music, you should probably.
If anyone likes music.
If you like hearing noise through your speakers, I don't know, check my channel out, which Shaun might put up. I don't know.
Where's
He hasn't,
that? Where's that channel?
It's War Life Music, but I'll link it to you however you want to put it in. It's up to you. But that's all stuff that's still kind of in progress. There's really nothing to show for it because that's how projects like this usually are. For video games, I started kind of on my survival horror binge. I beat Resident Evil 1 and 2 and Survivor. I hate Survivor. It's a piece of shit. Don't play it just because you think it's an earlier version of Umbrella Chronicles. Don't play it. It's garbage.
Who thinks that?
I've heard some people. Mostly me. No, I got it because I thought it would be like a cool little side story, because side stories in Resident Evil are always so good.
Well, it is a side story.
Yeah, and Ark Thompson, just don't play it. It's shit. You're not missing anything. You're missing out 2 hours of like bashing your brain against a wall and figuring out that a handgun for some reason does more damage than a grenade launcher. I don't know who the fuck programmed that game. Resident Evil 1 and 2 are awesome. I have officially beaten all 4 scenarios of the original 2, which are awesome. They're all fun. Go play. 1 is awesome as well. I'm currently going through Silent Hill 4 because I've beaten 2 and 3, and I really wanted to love 4. And Silent Hill 4 is a very difficult game for me to recommend to people because until about halfway through the game, it is a 10 out of 10. Holy shit, this is amazing. The storyline is awesome. The gameplay is great. Everything is awesome. Halfway through the game, and Shaun, and I don't know if anyone else has played it, you guys know what I'm talking about if you've played it, it becomes an escort mission. Yeah. And there's a very specific part during that, like, at first you're kind of like, whoa, I get to escort someone, I can give them weapons, and this is cool. But then there's a point where you realize that it's not fun, that it's actually really stressful and shitty, and that it's essentially a babysitting mission.
Leon, help!
No, it's worse, because you can't give her directions. You have to rely on her to, if you want her to like stay in an area and not like follow you into a dangerous area, you have to literally outrun her to the door. And I think that is, yeah, because what are you gonna, would you rather leave her in a place that has like nothing in it, just like a door that's closed, or would you rather her follow you where there's a guy with a gun chasing you, chainsaw people, twin monsters, dogs? It's great. Go play it.
You're supposed to leave her in that funny room where a gigantic face is there.
Yeah, you can see her gigantic face. So yeah, Silent Hill 4 is, I have a lot to say about that game, but maybe
most of it's not good.
No, it's one of those games where I can see what the point of it was, and the point of it was to create a sense of dread and stress when you're going through it, the more you go through it. But the thing is, that is a great like principle from art, but for a game that is like purposefully trying to make you stressed out and terrified and not wanting to do anything, like, it's a little counterintuitive for the medium. I
don't know. It just doesn't feel very Silent Hill-y to me.
I would argue that it does, but it feels Silent Hill-y in the sense of actually like, oh, you're just a figment in this like evil world. You're not actually a hero. Fuck you.
Well,
I feel like
they've never been a hero though. That's the whole point. Is you've always been some like worthless piece of shit. You know, like you're never action commando man extraordinaire.
Well, you are in Homecoming.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, kind of. Like, yeah, you were in the army or whatever, sure. And then like Downpour, you're like a criminal or whatever. Like they started to go that way, but that's the whole American take on it, and that's a whole nother story. But the original 4 games, like you've always been just like, you know, everyman person, and that's good.
Yeah. Well, 4, you're just unlucky. Anyway, I played
it's really the ghost thing. The ghosts and the curses.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's like they forgot what they were doing. They forgot what the story was, and they just started to make it up as they went. That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah, they threw a lot of things at a wall, and very few things actually like worked out, like from a gameplay standpoint. But yeah, played House of the Dead 2 and 3 on the Wii, which is, go play it. It's great. It's really fun. But yeah, Shaun, how was your?
My week was okay. I didn't do a whole lot this week, really. I watched some shit movie called Rust Creek, which is it's about some rednecks trying to murder some girl out in the country. So that's fun. I didn't finish it because it was garbage.
Isn't that the plot to I Spit on Your Grave, I think? Or Last House on the Left?
I mean, it's similar, but it's different. But it's just weird. Like, the thing that stood out to me in that movie is the fact that, like, it opens up with this girl and she's, like, running track. Like, oh, this is going to be a relevant thing. She's a runner. She's going to be quick. She can run away from the people attacking her. The very first thing that happens when she's attacked is they cut her leg and she's injured. And she can't run. So, what the fuck was the point of the beginning? Like, I don't know. It just seemed weird. And speaking of Ellen Page, I saw a zombie movie with her in it called The Cured.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Beth watched it and told me it sucked, and then I watched it and I was like, I fucking loved it.
I didn't like the ending, but everything else was really cool. Like, it's a pretty cool take on the zombie movie.
Like the point of view of the zombies.
Yeah, it's like, oh, zombies get cured, but they remember like all the fucked up shit they did and eating people and ruining lives and shit, and they have to deal with that, and then they're treated like fucking like racial tensions and all that shit kind of vibe.
Did you also find it awkward to see Ellen Page play a mom?
Yeah, I thought that was weird because she looks like she's 12.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love that movie. I love that. Oh my god.
I hated her at the end though because obvious spoilery reasons, but yeah. I didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, really good movie. Didn't like the ending.
Good concept. Really original for a zombie movie.
Yeah.
Which movie?
Zombie movie, so.
It's called The Cured.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
That usually means it's bad.
That's not true. It's also on Amazon Prime Video. That's where I saw it.
Oh, I thought you... Sorry, I interpreted that it was made by Netflix.
Oh, no, it's not.
Okay.
No.
Toronto International Film Festival. Hey, paid.
Yeah, most of everything Ellen Page is in is Canadian.
Is she Canadian?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know.
Her nickname is the Tiny Canadian.
I have never heard that.
She was born in Nova Scotia, Canada.
Wow.
Yeah, that place that got hit by the hurricane.
But yeah, that was really cool. I like zombie movies, and it's nice to, in the ocean of zombie movies, it's nice to see something original and
Memories
fresh.
of the Dead.
Yeah. Excuse me?
Memories of the Dead.
What the fuck is that? Is that a movie?
Because all of the zombie movies are of the dead, so this one would be Memories of the Dead.
Oh, yeah. And I saw Baby Driver, which sounds like a different movie than it actually is. It's like a heist movie, like about bank robbers, but it's like Baby Driver. What?
Isn't the dude's name Baby?
Yeah, his name is Baby. It's weird. It's just like you read the title and it's just like I don't know, your brain turns that into something that's not, or at least it did for me, and it just never really made me want to see the movie. And then I just saw it on there and there was nothing else to watch, so I gave it a shot, and it was actually pretty good. But the title is not doing it any favors because it's just kind of confusing if you don't know what the movie is about, or that the main character's name is Baby. It's like, what is this movie? But yeah, that was good. Another movie that kind of fell apart at the end, but seems to be a thing.
I had a friend recommend it. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's really good.
He compared it to the movie Heat, I think.
I've never seen that.
What?
Wow.
What?
Heat with Al Pacino or Heat with Sandra? Okay.
Yeah, the first one.
I was thinking of the Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy. I was like, what?
Oh God, I forgot about that movie. Ooh. No.
It's a good movie, but it would not be a good comparison.
I played a little Dead by Daylight with Jazz and Alec, but maybe not because they didn't fucking seem to remember it, so I don't remember it either.
I don't know you.
But we were trying to get the Michael Myers trophy with no luck because we couldn't find a match to play together, so we ended up just playing together as survivors. I also played a whole bunch of Soul Calibur 6. I bought that game when it came out, and it just, I don't know, I just kind of immediately fell off of it. I don't know, I just couldn't get into it. I guess I was just kind of disappointed that, like, the story mode, like Soul Calibur 6 typically does cool things with their story mode, and it's just like interesting and unique. And this time it just kind of seemed kind of blah, so it didn't really draw me in. So I was kind of disappointed by that. So it's probably part of why I
Can't
fell
you make
off.
characters with really big dicks?
Wow, what?
Yes.
That's the only thing I know that.
Jazz, what have you been doing?
I have Soul Calibur 5 on my Xbox, and
Yeah.
I love the creation, but I did see that somebody made like a giant black man with a huge dick.
No. Well, because there's like objects that you can attach to the character, and you can put them in
Like giant dicks.
in,
I get-
in
that
places.
That sounds like objectification.
Oh.
Alex like secretly downloading the game. Another game I can have a cock on my shirt? Yeah.
Wow.
Well, what about just put giant dicks all over you? That's
There you go.
Well, yeah, no, carry on.
do you need a 15-minute break?
And yeah,
15
just like
minutes only?
I've been playing Soul Calibur games since the original one on the PlayStation 1. So like I don't know.
there's
For the
no
most
dicks on
part,
that.
it's always played kind of the same. So it's just like after playing it for so long, like I become accustomed to how the characters play and just how the game works and stuff. But over the last couple games, they started like the same characters are still there, but they started to tweak and change little pieces of them, which just kind of slowly break it and change it in ways, like I'm expecting a character to play a certain way, and there's just these little small changes that fuck it up just enough for me to like forget, that these little things are different, and it kind of breaks the character for me, and that just kind of bothers me too. So just little shit like that, I guess, just kind of pulled me out of the experience. But anyway, I was in the mood to play that recently, so I got back into it, and I started at 6% trophies, and like within a day I got up to 63%. So I've been kicking the shit out of that game. Once I go through the story mode, there's 2 different story modes, so once I go through that, I should have the platinum. So 1 more platinum for me, yay. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's my week. Played some stuff, watched some stuff. There you go.
Did some stuff.
Did some stuff.
some stuff.
Murdered some people. Chopped them up, put them in the basement. Ate them. Normal stuff.
Hey, I don't know what time it is.
It's time for some news. We are super low energy today. Like terrible. Terrible. It's
So
a
what's
mellow,
been happening
it's
in
a
the
mellow day
gaming
today.
world?
It's
I heard Borderlands 2 came out.
I didn't hear
Right.
that.
Good. I don't want to hear that.
I also didn't hear about Gears of War 5. Or I'm sorry, Gears 5. I heard that didn't come out.
I don't know why that's like Call of Duty renaming it to COD. And it's just a big
fucking
fish with a
dumb.
gun.
That would be amazing, actually.
I would play that. COD
Yeah.
World War II. With a bunch of fish.
No, COD, wow! With an exclamation point. A bunch of
Wow! Somebody,
A bunch of
please
Nazis
make
that are, like,
this. I will
surprised.
pay you money dollars. Please. That's amazing. Yeah, I don't know. I want to play Gears 5, but like, I don't really have any interest in playing Borderlands 3. I feel like I'd need to go through 1 and 2, and by the time I did that, I'd probably be tired of Borderlands.
It's the same exact game since Diablo, and that is not a good thing.
I don't know. I typically don't really mind that, just because, like I've mentioned before, it's like I play a particular game because it plays a certain way. So when they change it, sure, that can be for better or worse, but I don't mind that it stays the same because that's the appeal of the game in the first place to me. So like I like to have more of that. If I want a different experience, I can play something else. But when you have something like Borderlands that is built around a grind, and they're huge, long experiences that take forever to get through, then it gets a little bit kind of tedious and starts to get old after a while. It's like, oh, I played the first one for 100 hours, and then I played the second one for 100 hours, and when it's all the same, then it starts to get to be a bit much.
Well, that's the thing. It's that the reason that Diablo games are so like difficult to get right is because if you're basing it around that whole find a new weapon, it replaces your new one. Find a new thing, it replaces your new one. Like if that's the only thing is a grind looter shooter, there's really no uniqueness between games outside of the loot you actually get. And for Borderlands, it's the same mechanics, like just kind of over and over again. Like, oh, you added a new type of damage, even though there's only like 2 types of damage. I think it's like slag or rust or whatever. And it's like, I played Borderlands 1. I thought it was the most boring fucking game I've ever played. I played 2.
When did you play 1? Did you play when it came out?
Like 2012, like a couple years after it came out.
Because I kind of got the same vibe. Like I played it and I was kind of like, eh. And then I gave it another shot and I actually ended up getting really into it. I enjoyed the first one. But I never made it
It's
to 2.
Fun. It's really only fun with friends, I find.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah.
Because if you're going by yourself, it's literally like every mission is literally come into an area, kill everything, collect something, press a button, go. And it's like
that's kind of video games as a whole, though, for the most part, if you think about it. If you boil it down.
No, I don't think so. I think that there can be uniqueness and interest. Like even the quests, like the only things that they try to throw in are like the reasons why you go into these areas, and all the reasons are almost always very like it's never an interesting quest. It's never an interesting like there's some lore or some interesting backstory about why you're doing it. It's like, man, them outlaw people sure are annoying. Kill 15 of them for me, will ya? Come back. By the end of the game, it's, hey, those fucking people are really bad and they're destroying my whatever. Can you kill 100 of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, there's no nuance. There's no, like, you're not helping factions. There's no dynamic nature to the world. The hub is never changing. It just, I don't like it.
Yeah, it's a very old school kind of approach to things. Which, I mean, can be good. You know, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but, you know, just the way that games have gone, things have evolved and gotten deeper and stuff like that. So when you see something that's very simple like that, it can get repetitive quickly, I guess.
Well, especially if you're shelling out 60 plus bucks for a new one every couple of years.
Yeah. Like COD. COD, wow!
Wow.
Wow. But yeah,
COD,
news.
wow, Nazi
news.
surprise.
We have news. There's a new KFC dating simulator game coming out.
Oh my god.
So that's a thing. I mean, haven't you always thought that the Colonel is a sexy beast?
He's
no?
looking good.
Well, no.
Wait, how does this work? Is it in my area, or do I have to go somewhere?
Yeah, you go to your local KFC. You ask for Colonel Sanders, and you make out.
Bring him a flower, though, because...
Yeah, you gotta win him over. I mean, he's not just some kind of hooker.
Oh.
Wow.
Wait, so how does this game work?
It sounds like it's essentially like kind of like a visual novel kind of style gameplay, kind of like Dream Daddy or something like that. It kind of gives me Dream Daddy vibes. If you know what I'm saying.
Take that snippet out of
game and I haven't.
The quote of this podcast is Shaun. It gives me Dream Daddy vibes.
God damn it. The game is called I Love You, Colonel Sanders. Because why not, right? But you play as a student. Whoa, I hear a train. I thought it was music at first, but it was excuse you.
Sorry.
But you play a student at a culinary school, and your classmate is the Colonel himself, but he's the young, sexy version of himself, I guess. I don't know. Whatever that means.
So he's not really a colonel yet.
No, he's more of like a major.
He's like Corporal Sanders.
Maggot Sanders, gotta get on that fucking track field and train. Gotta make the best chicken in town. Go down and give me a bucket of 20.
But yeah, if you like dating sims, that's a thing. Go get that. I don't know. I think it's gonna be free or something on Steam. It's just a game that like randomly popped up on Steam and people noticed and they're like, oh, what the fuck what is this? Why is this a thing?
If you want Dream Daddy vibes.
Yeah, go get your Dream Daddy vibes. with the Colonel. Yep. Hideo Kojima confirms he has no idea what Death Stranding is, so that's encouraging.
Well, it's also like Dream Daddy, because you're a daddy carrying a baby around with ladders.
Yeah, it's Death Daddy.
Well, isn't that a bit of a good thing that he doesn't know what it is, so then it's something kind of new?
I mean, if you were making something and someone asks you, "Hey, what are you making?" and you're like, "I don't fucking know, man. I'm not a genius."
Like, if there's one person that should know what it is, and that's the person that's making it. Because otherwise, what's happening? Yeah, exactly. If his vision is he doesn't know, then does he even have a vision? But in a recent interview with the Financial Times, Kojima said, quote, "Death Stranding, even now, I don't understand the game. Its worldview and gameplay, they're all new. My mission is to create a genre that does not currently exist."
Wait,
See, that's kind of cool.
I mean...
yeah, if you're like 13 and don't know how games are made, like that sounds like that honestly sounds like a very bad thing, if we're being like honest, because it sounds like he tried to put too many ideas in a pot and it just made shit, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck happened, but
yeah, that's kind of what I got from that too, because like you would think he would be like, he would have a vision and be confident in that vision, and like it's like, I'm creating this thing and this is what it is, and it's a new concept that people don't understand, but it's this, rather than just like, yeah, I don't know what it is, it's just a thing and people might not understand it. Like, I mean, it comes out in what, like 3 or 4 months, and like they keep showing more and more and more, and we understand less and less and less. That's concerning. And it's not even just like a story thing, like nobody understands what it's about, nobody understands how it plays, or what are we trying to make here.
Well, originally he said he wanted to make something like where it's like an open world thing and the focus is on the journey between life to death, but the thing is, like, that's such an abstract like theme, and if it was something I kind of recently researched and came to understand as like a general stone of any literature or any art is, just because your medium, like your story or your game or your book or whatever, is thematic doesn't mean it's actually a good whatever you're making. Just because it has themes and metaphors and shit, it doesn't make it a good game. And if it's just a bunch of bullshit where you just do menial shit and it's like, it's supposed to represent how menial and tragic and difficult life is, great, but who the fuck's gonna play it?
Yeah, and it's just like, I mean, any kind of art is so subjective, because it's like, it can be super deep and complex and have all these elements and stuff, but be very basic. Like, it can mean different things to different people. Like, the person that made it, they could just like mix up a couple of colors and like just randomly throw it on a canvas and be like, look how deep this is, all these emotions and blah blah blah, and talk about it for like fucking 24 hours and try to explain the complexities and all the things that they see in this thing, but everybody else looks at it and they just see, oh, you threw some paint on a canvas.
Everyone else is like, what?
Yeah, it's like nobody else understands what you're experiencing through your creative process or whatever is going on with you. Like, just because you see and all these things and it has all this depth to you personally because you're the creator, doesn't mean that that's coming through in the product. It's just, it could be garbage, but you see it as something deeper and more complex, and that's kind of what I'm seeing with Death Stranding, because it's just like he's trying to do all these unique things and create something new and just like all these off the wall crazy ideas and stuff, but like from the outside perspective, it's just like, what? The things that you're doing and these like new takes and new ideas that you're putting into this game are just confusing and nonsensical and just silly, because we don't understand it, because we're not seeing what you're saying and what your vision is. And it sounds like he doesn't know what his vision is either. He's just trying to do something new.
He's explaining the game to someone and they're like, what? And he's like, what? Nobody fucking knows. Nobody knows what's going on in this goddamn game.
it's just weird to see because like coming from Metal Gear, it's
Oh
like
shit! Hang.
he was trying to do the same thing with Metal Gear, it seemed, but it had a
No, Metal Gear was the reason Metal Gear was so good is because there were constantly people going. He was like, and then we're gonna have this, and there's gonna be 20 toasters, and they're all gonna represent the planets, and they're like, no, calm down. Here's what we need to do. That's stupid. He wanted to like put like a bunch of military shit in MGS3. Or I forget which one it was. I think it was either 2 or 3. He was like, and the guns need to have this amount of bullets to represent like how many times they can kill each other or some shit. And some guy was like, no, that is not how firearms work. You can't put 6 shotgun shells in like a 2-shot, what, like shit like that, where he's like, everything needs to represent something. And people would constantly be like, no, we can't do that. That's retarded. And I feel like now, since he owns his own studio, he doesn't have any. It's kind of like George Lucas. His own vision is like really awesome if it's like fine tuned and correct and has some like someone actually come in and like cut off all the shitty edges and like all the stuff. The one on its
like
own
he has
head.
these ideas that like at the core are really good, but he just keeps running with them and he never stops until it grows into this crazy abstract ridiculous thing. But like if you boil it back down to the source of it, like it's really good, but if you just let it keep going, it just loses its luster. And since there's nobody there, because it's his studio, to reel him back and to give him that criticism or to tone things down to the level where they are good, he just keeps running with it, and it just gets so absurd. I don't know. We'll see. I can appreciate weird abstract video games and stories and concepts and stuff, but there's a limit to where like there's so much of it and it's so wild and it's just so ridiculous that you can't take it seriously. Just like with the peeing and the mushrooms and the babies and the ladder gameplay, like there's just so many crazy things. Like do a couple of these things, throw a couple weird things in there and run with those, but put those alongside something that the public will understand and appreciate, and a story that makes sense that they can follow and get invested in. And like on the side, we're doing these quirky, silly things and new gameplay mechanics and ideas alongside something that makes sense. Otherwise you're just overwhelming people and just creating this confusion that nobody's going to buy into, and it just you're kind of killing yourself out the gate. It's weird.
I think it's a lack of being concise with him, with any of these creative directors. There has to be someone who says enough is enough. We like the weird shit. We like your complex ideas, but you need to have some. There's
a reason you have that marketing guy or whoever that is there to be like, yeah, we're not doing that. Like that guy's not there to just be an asshole. He's there to be like, okay, well, what's going to sell? How are we going to make money? People aren't going to buy that. That's too much. Like the public perception. And, those people have that position because, they're knowledgeable in that respect. They've had training and research, and they do testing and stuff like that with the public to see like what people enjoy and what people don't, and then that person is in place to make sure that you're creating a product that people are going to be interested in and want to buy. But if you're not listening to that person, perfect timing, then you might just be making something that's just too weird, that it's just most people are either going to be overwhelmed or confused by, or that they just don't have interest in. And when I'm one of those people and I'm pretty open to that kind of shit, that's concerning. Like I play some weird shit.
I will educate you after I beat it.
Please do. In all honesty, when it comes out, I'll probably be too tempted and I'll probably just end up buying it too. But being a Kojima game, like I want to be more excited than I am. It's kind of disappointing that it just doesn't seem like it's going to be a game that I'm going to be like super hyped about, but it feels like it should be. But anyways, they released nearly an hour-long gameplay video that was shown to kind of help players get a better idea of what to expect from the game, because nobody has any fucking idea what the game is or what the story is. So I guess they put together this gameplay video to clear some of that up a little bit, I guess, and give people a little bit better understanding of what to expect. I don't think it helped at all, but Yeah.
I picture it being the tape from The Ring, just like a bunch of stupid images.
For an hour, though. But yeah, the video continues to show more fucking weird shit. You got Norman Reedus sitting on a toilet, so I guess you can pee sitting down and standing up. He uses grenades that are created using bodily fluids that you collect from taking a shower. One of the gameplay dynamics is earning Facebook likes. You convert water into monster energy to replenish stamina.
Sponsor.
One of the mechanics is maintaining your boots. I guess your boots break down since part of the gameplay mechanic or the gameplay structure is about, traversal and, delivering these packages or whatever. So like you got to maintain your shoes. They break down. So you got to repair those. One of the things you can collect are crates filled with sperm and eggs, and just like so on and so on. And like these, there's just
this is a real. That's not a joke. That like you just real things in the game. You collect sperm, eggs.
All these things are real things in the game, and this adds on to just like peeing and growing mushrooms and fucking having the bridge baby and comforting it and all that. Like there's just so much shit that you're just like, what the fuck is this?
So is this just Spore 2? Like that's what
it just honestly at this point it sounds like he's just trying to be weird for the sake of being weird because there's just so much of it.
He's going through dementia.
That's what I was saying. Like he's literally going crazy.
Good idea, sir.
It's like, oh, look at all this money. You want me to make that? Sure. Whatever. I'll do whatever you want. But yeah, Death Stranding, it's going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing that happened. Hopefully it's a good thing. Yakuza Remastered Collection gets a few more details. The Yakuza Remastered Collection that's due out on February 11th. It will contain Yakuza 3, 4, and 5. It's going to feature updated versions of all three titles. The graphics and performance have been increased. Cut content from the Western release has been added back into the games. And all the games are going to be receiving a new localization, which is pretty cool. That's a lot of work to put into 3 games of that size. The only thing that really bugs me about this is the fact that it's called a remaster. Like we talked about on the last episode, you can't remaster an HD game from last generation. That doesn't fucking make any sense. But they continue to use that term when it's not applicable. Like Devil May Cry, just call it Special Edition. Or call it Yakuza, I'm a fucking Dragon Collection. Like, put a title on it. Don't call it a fucking remaster. It's not remastered. Yeah, we bumped it up from 29 frames to 30 frames, so it's remastered. Like, fuck
Yakuza
you.
Bumped up the frames, bitch.
Bumped up the frames edition.
Wouldn't the next term be like 4K edition or something?
Yeah, maybe. That would... I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, these remasters, they're not even 4K. Like, if it was 4K, I could kind of let the remastered thing slip because, 4K is the next generation of whatever technology, so it's kind of remastering it into that. But, like, they're not even doing that. But it's just, like, when you go from HD to HD, even if it is a little bit cleaner or a little bit smoother, like, a remaster should carry more weight than that, At least in my opinion. That just seems misleading to me. Resident Evil Project Resistance has officially been confirmed as an asymmetric multiplayer experience. But wait, there's more. Capcom revealed the Resident Evil Project Resistance teaser trailer just prior to the Tokyo Game Show and followed up with a gameplay trailer at the event. The gameplay showed 4 survivors facing off against a single mastermind player who sets up traps and tries to kill the survivors before they escape. The mastermind watches the survivors through cameras, placing traps, closing doors, shutting off lights, and controlling monsters firsthand to attack and kill the player survivors directly. The game uses the RE engine, and gameplay appears to be the same as Resident Evil 2, with the exception of the mastermind, who has a unique gameplay style. Project Resistance will have a closed beta between October 4th and 7th, which you can sign up for via the RE Ambassador program through the Project Resistance website if you want to do that. Which I did, but there's going to be a set number of people that they're going to be selecting at random, so just because you sign up for it doesn't mean you're going to get into it. But if you're interested, you can do that. The producer of the project also confirmed that they are working on an offline campaign and that the multiplayer was only one part of the package. He continued to confirm that the game will take place during the Raccoon City outbreak and that the game is being outsourced, so it's not being developed directly by Capcom. So that's kind of a big concern for me. Every time they seem to outsource something, it turns into complete garbage. Operation Raccoon City was outsourced. Umbrella Corporation was outsourced. It just seems like anytime they do outsourcing, it doesn't end well. So that's definitely a concern. But it seems like at least they're using an established engine, since they're using RE Engine and they're using the gameplay style of Resident Evil 2 Remake. You know, the core gameplay elements are already there and created by Capcom. So it's just like this outsourced company is just going to be tweaking something that's already established and working well. So it might be a little bit smoother. So there's that. But one of my concerns was that this was going to be just straight games as a service kind of a thing. But I guess it's not. There's going to be a campaign. So that's good. Gives me a little bit more hope for buying it rather than just, buying a game that's going to expire and disappear. It will actually have a narrative and a story that you can buy and play and keep and re-experience and stuff like that. So that's good. It has not been confirmed if this is the Resident Evil game that Capcom was recruiting through the Resident Evil Ambassadors playtest program that they were going to be doing in New York and LA. But I would imagine that this is going to be the same thing. It's just weird that they kind of put that out there. Hey, we got this super secret project and we want you guys to come and test it out and let us know what you think. And then before that even happens, we announce a new game and show gameplay. Like, what?
So it's probably not that one then.
But it just seems weird. Why they're doing two new Resident Evil experiences simultaneously in addition to they're either working on Resident Evil 8 or Resident Evil 3 Remake as well. That just seems like too much at once.
I mean, they're two new Resident Evil games, but they're really if they're still working on one big secret project, and if it's a remake or whatever, then that's just one big Resident Evil project. Not, I don't know. Maybe I just need to wait and see what this game is gonna be like, but it doesn't seem like it's really gonna be a Resident Evil game. It's just gonna be like Dead by Daylight in Resident Evil universe.
Well, that's what I thought too. But since they are having a campaign.
Yeah, so
what's that mean? And the way that they put it, it seems like this isn't this is a multiplayer game, but we threw in a little campaign as well. It sounds like they're just kind of putting out the multiplayer thing because they're doing that first because they're still working on it and trying to tweak that and make it something new and complete and work things out and stuff like that. And that's why they're doing the beta, is to get feedback to make sure that they're taking the multiplayer in the right direction. But it sounds like the campaign and the story that they have in there is already good and solid, and it's going to be like a Resident Evil experience, so they don't need to talk about that right now. They just want to work out the kinks of the multiplayer. So it's going to be like a 50-50 thing.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's going to be a Resident Evil experience. They're just also doing this new multiplayer thing in addition to that.
I'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
It would be cool if they were making an RE3 remake. I want to break my record.
Of 80 hours? I mean, I believe in you.
You should never do that. No, that's your first mistake.
Don't believe in anyone.
Your second mistake is putting money on me.
All right. Anybody who's watching, go make a bet in the comments for how long do you think Jazz is going to take to beat Resident Evil 3 Remake. You can cash in your winnings in exactly 5 years when Capcom releases RE3 Remake. But
yeah, it's kind of weird, if they are working on all these Resident Evil games, you'd think they'd be a little bit more clear cut about it, because it's getting confusing at this point with the advertising that they're trying to get people in on a secret Resident Evil project and being kind of shady about that, and then not addressing that, kind of pushing that to the side, and then announcing a new Resident Evil project, and then there's like rumors of Resident Evil 3 remake, which seems like an obvious move because, you know, Resident Evil 2 remake did so well. And then of course there's got to be Resident Evil 8 somewhere. It's like there's just all these things circling around Resident Evil right now where you would think they would be communicating like what their game plan is and what's coming up and how they're doing it, especially if they are working on like 3 or 4 simultaneous projects. Because they've done this in the past where they are actually working on that many Resident Evil games simultaneously, but they communicated about that, right? They're like, hey, this is what we're doing. These are all the games that we're working on. This is the time frame, you know, get hyped kind of a thing. You know, it's kind of like a marketing move. But now it's just getting confusing.
Didn't you post, sorry.
No, you're
Didn't
good.
you post, I remember you posted something where it was like you can apply to test one of the games and be on the inside, and you have to basically... was that you who posted that?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, where that's that whole New York and LA thing where they were
inviting
the ambassadors to come out and play test a mystery, like an unannounced Resident Evil title. But that's all they said. And then Project Resistance was announced after that. So there's no correlation
it's also
between the two.
It was also only for New York and LA, which was kind of weird. I don't know why they couldn't have done it over online, but it seemed like if you go to their website, it's like everyone, you know, who loves Resident Evil and who has a history with the series will consider. But then it's like, oh no, we just want you to come in and play if you're in these 2 cities and have like developer experience or some shit. And it was like, well, what's the point? Do you want fans or do you want game testers that you don't have to pay for?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, that just made me think that they were trying to be super discreet about it, because like if you're playing it at home on your computer or whatever, you know, you can capture things and you know what I mean? Like it's an uncontrolled environment where leaks can happen and stuff like that, where like if they pull you into an office, you know, they have more control over leaks and where their information and all that stuff, all the content goes. So I figured they were just trying to be super secretive about this. And that seems to align with, you know, hey, this is a brand new concept that we're doing and we don't want anyone to know about it because it's super unique and a new idea and stuff like that. So we want to keep it really hush hush. And that sounds like what Resistance is. You know, that seems like the project that they would have been working on, something completely fresh and new for Resident Evil. But they're not talking about that. They're not, they're not confirming or denying whether those are 2 separate projects or if this is all one thing. It seems very confusing.
Project No More and a Wardcast 150.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, that's all the news I had. Confusing Resident Evil stuff. There you go. Anybody else got any news to add?
I was just going to say that the Resistance game really looks weird. Like, I didn't get very hyped for it, and I showed it to some of my other friends. Show it, they kind of watched it too, and we talked about it, but everyone's perception of it was this just looks like Evolve with the Resident Evil skin on it. And it was like, yeah.
A little bit. Which, I mean, that's not really what I want from Resident Evil, but I do like that gameplay style. Obviously, like I like Dead by Daylight and stuff like that, and I like that idea of gameplay. So to see that in the Resident Evil universe isn't horrible. It's not necessarily what I want. But like I said, the fact that this does have a single-player campaign in addition to that gives me a little bit of hope. Because when I first saw it as well, if it was 100% games as a service and that was all we were getting, then I would be like, eh. Because that was kind of my initial reaction, was like, oh, okay, well, I mean, I guess that's fine.
A single-player campaign definitely would help it. I do hope that, I know this is kind of tangentially related, but I do hope that this kind of sparks an interest in Outbreak, and as a result, maybe we can get some Outbreak remakes, because, those are kind of long overdue. People really liked them. It would work perfectly with today's internet setting. Like,
that's kind of what I'm hoping that this ends up being, is like the campaign is essentially like an Outbreak kind of situation where it's like you've got the scenarios and then you've got the survivors, and it kind of plays out like that, which it very well could, because like if you remove the mastermind piece of it, that's kind of what you're getting, right? You got 4 survivors going through an environment solving puzzles. Like, it seems like it would naturally flow like an Outbreak game. So maybe this is their way of kind of testing the waters for Outbreak while also implementing a completely new gameplay style that's kind of trendy, you know, because like games like Dead by Daylight and there's this new Predator game that are coming out, so they're kind of capturing that part of the market, which is going to guarantee that they make money, and then they can also do this Outbreak test simultaneously. Like that would kind of be a smart business move, and it would appeal to the two different markets that way. If they do that, that would be fantastic. I would fucking totally appreciate that. And then if that does well enough and they get feedback that is encouraging, you know, more Outbreak style gameplay, you know, that could turn into more Outbreak games. Like it would be really smart to do it that way. And another interesting thing too is that I guess prior to this information coming out, there was a leak that was indicating very specific things that Capcom announced about like the mastermind and like all these different gameplay things that ended up being in Project Resistance that were confirmed. Like these were all leaked a while ago, and the title that was being leaked was called Resident Evil Outbreakers, which is a terrible name. But the fact that it had Outbreak in the name and they're confirming all these details kind of makes me wonder, like maybe this is a sort of an Outbreak kind of game. I don't know. It's just interesting.
I feel like if they really wanted to do that, they should have just called it Outbreak 3.
Yeah, but I think they're afraid to do that because sure, there are a lot of fans that are asking specifically for Outbreak, but the sales weren't there for Outbreak 1 and 2. Like those games did not do very well. They didn't make a lot of money for them, so they got to be careful about just releasing Outbreak 3 because it's been proven financially that there's not a market for that. So for them to just straight up do that is a risk. But if they do it this way where they kind of test the waters and they do like a 50-50, half Outbreak, half something new, you know, it's less of a financial risk that way, and they can still see, hey, is there a market for that? But also buy this game because it's like Dead by Daylight that's doing so well. You know, it makes sense to me financially. But I don't know, we'll see. I hope it's good. You know, any Resident Evil game, I'll give a chance. And I hope they're all good. No, I'll fucking still buy it. I'll hate it, but I'll buy it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, why the hell did you buy two
hey,
copies?
You shut your mouth.
You bought the Japanese and the North American release.
Well, I had to because, I didn't have. Listen, I bought the Japanese one because it was physical, and I don't have to explain that. But I bought the US one because it was like $8 or something stupid. It was super cheap, and it came with all the DLC. So that way I had the complete package, and then I could play that, and I platinumed it and all that stuff. So I got my money's worth out of completing the game, and then, you know, we did the machinima and stuff like that. So it was $9 well spent, and then the physical version just goes into my Resident Evil collection. So it makes sense in my brain, okay?
You're lucky with that machinima, because I would have deleted that shit a long time ago.
Wow.
Yeah,
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
My PS3's just like, can I delete you?
No, don't. It's serving a purpose. We'll go back to. Okay, we need to move on. News over. Done. We did it. Yeah.
I thought you were like, we just did news.
It's time for a game. Jazz.
Hi. I have 2 games today.
Ooh.
If we have time. They're not very long. One of them is The Usual. And the title is, Sean.
Nope, you can do this.
Is it What's That Hell's Making That Quote?
Hey!
From? Again, we're not really explaining the rules and details because everybody should know what they are by now, and if not, get fucked.
Yep.
So, I'm pulling a quote from S.D. Perry books. That's the basics. That's all you need to know.
I was gonna say, you just said like if if you want to learn the rules, go watch previous episodes. But this is how it works.
It's like just an idea, Sean.
This is funny.
So the detail rules you have to go back and listen to, but these ones it's just you're getting a quote. Tell me where it's from. Fuck.
Wow, what were you saying, Alec?
Yeah.
I was just thinking, why don't you put the rules in the video description so then
that's
people
so much work.
Oh, that's
They have to listen.
you can copy and paste it,
dickhead. Wow. No, they need to go.
Comments.
They need to go watch the. They need to go watch the other episodes. But no, that's a
that
good
could be a
idea.
read comment.
I need to update the descriptions anyway, so maybe I'll throw that in there. Fucking not that people read that shit or credits or anything. It's fine. It's okay.
What are credits?
I will kill you.
Who wants to go first?
Nick,
Nick
because
does.
he needs to be
Nick.
punished for being gone.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
good point.
What do
All right. What?
do I have to play Umbrella for 3 hours and give my review of it? 'Cause that's
No,
not fun.
nothing that bad.
Mm.
There
So,
do I have to purchase a copy of Umbrella Corps and talk about why I purchased it
And why
while I
it's so
cry?
good.
yeah, I'm gonna be pulling quotes
Yeah.
from Umbrella Corps. So if you don't know them, then you should go back.
Oh, so all your quotes are over here, reloading.
No, what you have to do is say 5 positive things about Umbrella Corps.
You have to do the
I was gonna
The
call it
clapping.
co-op, but that's not.
No.
No.
Umbrella
Oh no,
Corps.
I'll give you a quote from Umbrella Corps. Sample acquired.
Good
I'll
job.
give you a
That's
quote now.
50%
No, that's
of the
the only-
dialogue.
Yeah.
You'll still get it wrong.
What?
All right, so let me know which game this is from. Are you ready?
2.
Oh, I'm doing this? Okay.
You lose 100 points if you answer out of turn. Are you ready, Nick, for your quote?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, here's your quote. You tell them you've seen me. That would complicate matters. If I run into trouble, say, get shot in the back. Enough said. Let's just keep this to ourselves.
Jesus.
Yeah, I should have told you it was a long one.
No, I'm trying to, because that does not sound familiar, but I think I. Wait, say it again.
All right. You tell them you've seen me. That would complicate matters. If I run into trouble, say, get shot in the back. Enough said. Let's just keep this to ourselves. 30 seconds.
That has to be for 6 or 0.
Did you say 6? These are from the books.
Oh, this is. Oh, I thought you said from the games.
No, we're playing which game. You have to tell me which game the novel is.
Oh, I thought this was a code from the game because I was like, nobody talks like that in the games. But if I had to
Nobody
guess, it's
talks
either. Well, yeah. Fuck. I want to say 0.
That's your final answer?
Yeah, it's Billy talking to Rebecca.
No, it's not. It's from Resident Evil 1.
I was going to say 3.
Is it Enrico? Is that Enrico?
No, it's... Yeah. No, it's Wesker.
Whisker.
Wesker talking to Barry.
Oh yeah, that whole conversation was just so.
Good.
Yeah, I remember that conversation.
Yeah.
See, I thought you said from like a game. I was like, that's either
Well, from a game from the book, so technically not
right.
from-
Because I thought that was either Jake talking to Sherry or Billy talking to Rebecca. Yeah, I guess
I was thinking Nikolai there.
But Lick.
What?
You said Nick line, and all I could think was Lick. All right, so Nick, you lost 5 points, but you got the honor of choosing the next victim.
I want to see Shaun suffer because I know Shaun likes Resident Evil. And I want to see him fail
Alrighty.
at questions.
Wow.
From
Shaun,
Hello.
are you ready?
No.
I'd like to point out that you guys always have the option of handing it to the next person, and
No,
Alec
fuck
is the
that.
only person who's taken advantage of this.
I did it like
I know.
once.
Didn't you give it to Alec?
Maybe. No, I thought
Alright,
I thought I
here-
gave it to Shayla for some reason, but I don't know. It was a while ago.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
All right, so here's your quote. Here it is. That's the quote. Okay.
Here it is.
Here it is. It's what you want, isn't it? Listen to me. Do you hear me? It isn't yours. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Fucking what?
What the fuck? Who wrote this shit?
S.D. Perry. Now available.
Fuck Curse. Not a good writer.
Wow. All right, I'm gonna try that again without fucking sounding retarded. Here it is. It's what you want, isn't it? Listen to me. Do you hear me? It isn't yours. Do you understand what I'm saying?
What the fuck? You know what? Resident Evil 2. Final
Yes!
answer.
Yes!
Yeah. Was it Sherry?
You got it! No, it was Annette, but
What? What?
Annette's got the virus and she's like taunting Leon. She's like, it's not yours. I made it. Nyeh, nyeh.
Are you oh my god.
And Leon's like,
This
yeah.
is why you should not read past the first book.
Well, your quote was from the first book and you still got it.
but it's also from like the worst part in that book where the quote that you referenced is, if you haven't read the books, I don't remember, it is literally that scene where Wesker comes up to Barry with the gun to Barry's back and goes, "Hey man, you're working for me now, and if you don't work for me, I'm gonna kill your family." Yeah. And Barry's just like, I guess I gotta help him.
Does he say it exactly like that?
Yes, he literally goes like, I don't really have an option.
Oh crap.
Oh hell, umbrella. Come on. Alec!
Hello!
It is your turn.
Alec, I choose you.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Alright. I got sidetracked. I don't suppose you saw Frankenstein's monster wandering around here.
Some of these lines
are really bad.
You guys say that to all of them.
See, I'm thinking 3. Again.
It's a good
I'm also
guess.
thinking 2.
I feel like it's got to be
Since
one.
I can't decide, I'm going to pass it to Shaun.
You bastard!
Now, Shaun, don't answer which game it's from. Tell me who said this line.
Oh,
I got sidetracked. I don't suppose you saw Frankenstein's monster wandering around here.
Jill.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
You are right.
Yeah,
Yay! Points to me!
Fucking double hitter or something. I don't fucking know.
That's actually-
Sportsism.
Good job. That's actually a double hitter.
It's actually 2 strikes, because if you know these, that's the problem.
Yeah, pretty much. The funny thing about that quote, and I didn't want to say anything to give it away, but it's literally me playing Resident Evil 3. I got sidetracked. Hey, have you seen this guy? Like, where the fuck have you been for the last 80 hours, Jill?
Relatable.
I was taking a shit. I'm sorry.
I was
So-
admiring this trash can.
I have a bonus question to which you all
A
get a turn
huge
to
bonus.
answer. A huge bonus. You each get to answer which game it's from, and if you're right, you get 10 points. If you're wrong, you don't lose nothing. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Metal Gear Solid
And I know-
Revengeance.
Kick your ass. And I know you can take care of yourself. This isn't about your competence, okay? 20 minutes. I just have to see if anyone else made it.
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
Thanks.
Yeah, that sounds like a yeah.
I meant which Resident Evil games, you idiot.
1.
Yeah, the first
All
one.
of you are saying Resident
Yeah.
Evil.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sounds like some Rebecca shit.
Did you guys all say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You are all right.
What?
Hey!
You guys never get the bonus one. Got
Fucking
it.
3 in a row, bitches.
See, I was if Dante had been here, I would have given him that quote to make him think Billy was saying it to Rebecca. When it's actually Chris.
Crank.
Chris.
Like to throw him off.
7
And,
minutes.
We can go to Alex's game before the other one if there's time.
Well, I gotta go in 20 minutes, so.
No, you gotta
Wow.
stay here and finish the fucking games.
Yeah, you fuck. All right, Alec, you're up.
Okay, I'll joke this nice and quickly then.
And now it's time for everyone's least favorite game, Bitches and Ladders!
It's time for Bitches and Ladders.
What was that?
Oh. It's like, time for some news. Time for some bitches letters.
We should go really quickly because Shaun can't move, so
Wow.
Shaun's fucked.
Sean is
So-
taped to his chair. Yes.
Nick, your character name is Major Lee Gay.
I'm sure it is.
A major pain in the ass when it comes to receiving enemas.
What?
God.
Wow.
Okay, so I gotta roll your dice because you're currently a new player. So you get to move 4 plus spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Did you say killer spaces?
I'm so lost. What is happening?
It's a board
Sure.
game
Yes, I'm rolling.
Where's the board game? You have to share your screen.
at Alex's house.
Yeah. I'll take a picture of it one day. Anyway, so you landed on 4. There's a ladder in front of you. Would you like to try the
Would you like to put a
ladder?
bitch on it?
Will I descend it? Yeah. I would like to descend it, yes. Classic Resident
That's not really...
Well, you have
Okay,
to
so-
ascend it, so.
You're going up the board.
Oh.
The idea is
yeah.
to get to tile 100. So, yeah. So, do you want to attempt to climb the ladder?
I mean, what would climbing it do for me?
Well, you would get to tile 14.
Oh, fuck yeah, I would. There you
But he's saying attempt, so I feel like you might fall or something.
go. Okay, how does...
bitch?
What
Alec
determines
likes to
if
start
I...
twisting this shit.
Okay.
Well, this is a hell of a board game with a twist that I can't actually see what's happening.
It's called bitches and ladders. There's bitches in this thing.
So what...
Right.
Ladders.
What determines if I can climb the ladder or not?
Well, I'm getting to that once people can shut up.
You have to do a skill check.
Wow.
Right.
Oh, God.
You have to answer a riddle question. Correct.
That's not a skill check.
Sure it is.
Well, I guess it is a skill, not
See?
like a dice skill check.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go for it. Let's try this.
Okay. The riddle question is: what can travel around the world while staying in a corner?
Oh, fuck me.
What can travel around the world while staying in a corner?
What are you calling a corner in this case?
That's
What's
all
a
I can give you.
That's
It's
like
a riddle.
That's like a Lord of the Rings riddle. Like it goes up and down and it's big. What's up? What is it?
Can I yell the answer to him down the ladder? Like, hey, bitch!
It goes around the world, but it always stays in a corner.
Mm-hmm.
It stays at a corner, like it forms a corner, like a sharp end of a.
Jesus.
What
Right,
can
yeah,
travel
rectangle.
around the world while staying in a corner?
90-degree corner, or is it like a 45?
That's all I can give you.
No, but like,
Is it like
I don't.
a corner
Is this a
on a
math
cob?
problem?
It's a
I
riddle.
can't give you any more than that.
No, but riddles can be anything. Riddles can be like poetic, like philosophical points, or like really like logic puzzles. So I don't know what I'm supposed to approach this with.
Do you remember the old episodes when I asked riddle questions to everyone? You guys were like, "Oh, fuck you." It's a good callback.
Stays at a corner. The point of origin of the world, because it always travels around the world, but it's always at a corner because that's where the angle forms. There you go. There's my math question answer for that.
Okay. Would anyone else like to give a stab at the answer because he's wrong?
I don't
How,
know,
that's
man.
not wrong. That is literally the definition of.
It's not the answer I got.
Oh, well, okay. I guess that's.
John,
fair.
you take a guess, because I use this one at work
I have
every day, so-
no fucking clue at all. A dick. A bag of dicks.
No.
Was I
Jazz.
close?
It's a stamp.
Here, I will
Oh,
draw
fuck
why.
that.
It's a stamp, yeah.
A bag of dicks. I mean, yeah.
Wait, it's a what?
It's a stamp.
A
So
what?
you put a stamp on a letter, you can post a letter around the world, the stamp stays in the corner of the letter, doesn't it?
Yeah,
There you go.
but
I like the bag of dicks.
It's a riddle!
but so does. I don't know. I give up.
Right.
That's a scary riddle.
Okay.
It'll cost rights.
You got it wrong. Doesn't matter. Right.
Jeez,
Oh wow!
damn.
Call them out.
because you're a new player, you got a free roll. Okay, so in order to get another roll, you had to answer this question.
Oh god. Okay.
How many
Name
bags
three-
of dicks does it take?
How much dick can you suck before your lips stop functioning?
Before
Do
they
you want the
start?
answer to that?
Oh my god.
Yes. What's the question?
Right. Name 3 members of Stars.
Jill, Barry, and Wesker.
Yay! I get to roll your thing.
I thought this was gonna be some fucking stupid shit like the constellations.
Taurus, PC, Scorpio. I don't know.
Right, you are now at tile 7.
Yay!
I'll just update the scoreboard.
What's my
Okay.
name? Say my name, bitch.
Your
In
name.
hell.
Let's see.
Hello.
Sean,
Yeah.
Hey, hello.
your character name is Sam Paul. Sam is an American werewolf in Soviet Russia that likes eating Nazis.
Perfect.
What?
Eating Nazis.
Seems legit.
Yeah. John, you're not going anywhere, I'm afraid, because you missed a turn.
Oh. Because I got
So you just
shot.
got a character for no reason.
Yeah, but it's fun. Jazz,
We have split
At least I got
personalities,
to
yeah.
eat some Nazis. Who did I eat?
Nazis.
Nazis.
Nuts.
because
Germans.
there's a film called American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
I
Eating
just
Nazis.
changed it to Soviet Russia.
Well, yeah.
That's
Anyway,
not a
Jazz.
real place.
Yeah.
Your character name is Madame Crotch.
Okay.
That's a fantastic last name to work at a school at.
Madame is
I'm
a
actually a
bitch.
pediatrician.
Whoa.
Madame is a bitch that sniffs not just dogs' asses, but also sniffs glue.
What the fuck? I thought you said I had to get a character.
Are these randomly generated, or are you created?
I come up with new ones every week, so
Oh my god.
They're randomly generated by the Alec machine.
Jazz, your question. What year was the game Gary's Mod released?
Oh,
I don't know.
shit.
I don't know.
It's a year. I'm not giving you a specific date, which was the original question.
January 31st.
You're looking for the date exactly?
No, I'm giving
Yeah,
you
with
the
the-
year.
With
I
the
don't
time,
know.
too, at 5 p.m. on a Thursday.
I don't fucking know. 2002?
Oh, nope. No, that's want to give it a
Yes.
quick stab.
I want to give it a quick stab.
Go on then.
2004.
Yep.
Wow, that was a guess.
Damn.
Anyone know the exact date of it, just for shits and giggles?
September 7th? I don't know.
No. December 24th, 2004.
Wow.
So yeah, that was no, that wasn't read your comments. That was bitches and wonders.
I remember that segment being different.
Read your comments. Fuck.
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 Right, what's it? Jazz's thing while I type up the thing.
Do we have time for the extra little game?
Nope, we got to go in to read your comments.
Okay, so today's read your comes from dual all swear words parts 1 and 2. Zach Wolf Fox commented, "Were you by any chance in the Navy? Because you sure swear like a sailor." Sure,
Nah.
were you in the Navy?
Nah. Nah, dog. I was born with this
Yes.
mouth.
Sean's from the military.
Come on, join your fellow men, Sean.
No,
Anyway.
fuck 'em. Fuck 'em.
Purdue commented 2 years ago, "I'd say 850, edit, 1,000, edit, 1 million.
Wait, we're responding to comments from 2 years ago?
Yeah, you know, just... You haven't been listening to the podcast, have you?
I've lost my hearing.
How dare you?
So,
How dare you?
Shaun, does that comment make any sense to you?
Nope. What the fuck? What is it?
And it's 1 million.
Right, so it's from the video that you asked everyone to guess how many swear words were in Duel.
Oh, yeah. Somebody said 1 million?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good
Fuck,
guess.
fuck.
There's a lot.
Speaking of fuck, Rios0027, 2 years ago, do you suffer from Tourette's or something?
Yeah? You fucking asshole. Why are you making fun of my disability?
Those are great comments on a video that you took so long to make. Like, do you have a mental disorder, by the way? Are you retarded per se?
Per se.
Person?
B521111. Too many fucking ones in that fucking username.
Get a new
That
username.
Tintin sound. That Tintin sound pissed me off.
Here we
off
go.
This video.
Here we
Please
go.
re-upload without it.
I got a better idea. Get fucked.
Ding!
I just want to let the internet know that on your computer you have a little speaker icon in your navigation bar there that you can raise and lower your volume. So if it's that much of a problem, you can reduce the sound. There you go.
He doesn't mean it. He says he appreciates all your criticisms and creative
that too.
whatever.
Listen, if it's fine.
Your opinion matters to Shaun.
Just not to me.
I thought it was at an acceptable level. And it took a long time to edit that together, and I'm not redoing it.
Let's ask Agent Lennox. Comment is my kids might hear your Let's Plays.
Good.
Can you tone down the F-bombs and C-words, please?
Fuck you.
Wait. What's the C word that he doesn't like?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Christ.
On the reels, though, it's a little weird that you enjoy my content when swearing is a problem. But no, I will not stop swearing. I'm sorry.
Fuck you.
You fuck.
Fuck your... And fuck your Christian children, too.
Whoa! I don't know about all that.
I mean, the vicars do that anyway, but...
See, here's the thing. I could censor it, but then people would complain about the volume of the censorship noise.
Question 1. Can you remember how many swears there was?
Well, there's 2 videos. Are we talking total?
Yeah. I've got the number in front of me, but it's
5 million.
I want to say...
It's 2. It's fuck you.
Say it's
you fuck.
480 something.
Okay.
That's
Anyone
not
else
that
want to give it a quick stab? How many swears are in the episodes of between 1 and 10? Anyone else?
How did I get this
107?
wrong?
395.
Okay, you're all wrong. The answer was 827.
Jesus!
Holy shit!
Fuck!
Wow.
Wait, who counted these?
Who counts? What kind of an asshole?
Who sat there with the little fucking thing clicking it every 5 seconds?
I must have been thinking of the first half.
Yeah, okay, so...
Of the first episode?
And then somebody commented, could you please tone down the swearing? I mean, obviously not. I'd have to edit half the fucking series.
Question 2. Would you do a part 3 for the rest of the days?
Part 3?
Yeah, because like that swear jar video goes to episodes 1 to 10, and you got 3 more to go.
Yeah, and I'll try to squeeze as many swear words in those as possible. We'll try to get another 1,000 swear words
in one
episode.
Well, at the end of the video, you said to try and reach 1,000. So
I'm pretty sure I did it. Pretty sure I made that.
Finally, question 3: did anyone guess correctly?
Nope.
Well, I'm afraid you're wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
No. Well, when was the post? Because they could have cheated.
Yeah, but that's the thing, you know. I can't tell you that. So, Zach Wolf Fox, once again, 2 years ago, I was right. It was 827. So, what do I win? Money?
Well, the thing is, they would have had to have guessed on the first half video.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know what? Fuck you. You just watched the video and posted the answer.
So, that was read your comments.
Yeah, we did it.
We read your comments.
We read them. We read the shit out of
Don't
them.
post any.
No, please post more. Don't listen to this jackass. He doesn't know what he's talking about. It's time for some updates. Wow, typing is the theme song. Jess.
No.
What? What?
Hello, updates.
What do you have
Oop
going
dots.
on? Oop dots.
So I recorded some lines for Outside the Residence for Alec.
Oh, Alec.
Yeah, it was really hard to get back into my 20 years old jazz voice for Jill, but I think I did it justice.
You did.
Yeah, I did. You heard one line.
Wow.
I listened to all of them.
That was the first one, so I guess if that one was okay. At one point, my voice kind of died, so I just like squeaked the line for no reason. It was pretty good. Yeah, and then that means that's getting a work on.
Yeah.
I started planning for a new machinima with A Plague's Tale.
Ooh.
And I haven't started writing, but I started doing some of the main character casting. And once the script is done, I'm going to do a casting call because there's a lot of extra voices, and I'd like to involve people outside of our little circle as well. Well, like you guys are involved, but I want to branch out and not just have like everybody always doing the extra roles. I'd like to get more people in on this.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot.
Diversity.
Yeah, and shit. So I got one script. Yeah, I was working on 2 secret projects. The shorter one, the script is almost done, and the other one is still kind of in progress. But I've been multitasking between the 2, and they're the same franchise, so it's hard to remember which is what. So that's pretty much it. And other than that, I've been working on a let's play of I Am Alive. First episode is out, and I'll work on the rest during the week. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm alive.
I'm alive.
I'm alive.
And that's all.
Yes.
What you got going on?
So, I've done another minute of Life is Stupid. That seems to be the only thing I can do. I've been listening to someone type. Still working on the thing with Diz. And I came up with another project, which is annoying because just keep coming up with more ideas. Why do I keep get myself more work to do? Why?
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's
we're all guilty of that.
yeah. So basically, it's a Fighting Force PS1 game, machinima kind of thing.
Oh shit! I'm ready for this.
And I decided to call it Fisting Force.
Oh no!
To tell you everything you need to know.
Wow.
Yeah, that's about bits.
Well, so what is the fisting force?
You'll find out.
You have to watch to see. Tune in next week. Nick,
for fisting.
What you got going
on? I'm playing a lot of games, doing school and doing music. So life is I can't really make content consistently, but I'm trying to do this whole record once a week for an hour, which will probably start next week. I am for the Ward thing. I am still working on that remix version of the intro song. I have the rhythm and lead recorded for it, so Shaun has something to look forward to in the near to mildly distant future.
Wow. That sounds so far away.
Yeah, no, it's there's no tabs or anything for it, so I have to literally do the whole thing by ear, and it's a lot of trial and error to figure out what sounds good, because it's a simple song, but it's like very atmospheric, and that's harder to do than just a straight up like play the song like everyone else plays it. I want to continue the RE4 Let's Play and the FF8 Let's Play, but Shaun doesn't like FF8. But he promised to do it, so I guess we'll do it soon.
Yeah.
Shaun doesn't. Whatever that.
Hey, Final Fantasy VIII is fine. It's fine.
Oh, is it? Even after?
There's some dumb shit, but it's fine.
But yeah, we got that going on. But yeah, other than that, just projects here and there when possible. For all you young viewers out there, after you hit 18 years old, life becomes kind of stressful and busy. So if you're like 13 to 17 and you're yelling at Shaun being like, why the fuck don't you put out Days of Our Lives every day? You just work for 4 hours and record it and just have it. The dude works and has a job and a life and a family, and yeah, just like everyone else here. So don't yell at us. We're all adults, which is not fun.
Just like in his family, then he's got less, commitment.
If you guys go on Patreon and give Shaun like thousands of dollars a month so he can pay rent, then he might quit his job and do this full time. You guys don't have your parents' credit card, so
it's a true story.
Losers.
Wow.
I stole my parents' credit card to pay for Shaun's Patreon when I was in middle school.
That is a lie.
I would have if the Patreon existed. Anyway, yeah, Shaun, what have you got going on?
I haven't been able to do a whole lot this week. Still just trying to sort out the Ada recordings. Just kind of get caught up on the Let's Play episode editing and record lines for Jazz, you, and Dante. I got probably another 30-ish lines recorded for Dante's project, so I made some progress there. I just got to go through and chop it all up and clean up the audio and save it and then send it to him, and then I'll record some more of that. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to be doing lines for you, Jazz, and then I'll be looking at the Ada stuff and seeing if I can salvage that. Other than that, just trying to finish up editing the Let's Plays. Editing Man and Medan's been kind of a pain in the ass, just because like it's a lot more complicated than you would think. Like when it's just me doing a Let's Play, it's like, oh, straight footage, chop it up into sections, boom, it's quick and easy. But when it's like two people and it's cutting back and forth a lot, because like Man and Medan, like it's two separate stories happening simultaneously, so it's like my perspective and Jazz's perspective, and then both of us at the same time. So it's like I got to put in like the titles indicating whose like camera perspective you're looking at and stuff. Like it's a lot more intensive and a lot of editing and a lot of timing and syncing and stuff like that. So it takes a lot more time and effort than you would think. But yeah, I'm working on getting that done. We went through the entire game, we recorded everything, so I just need to edit it all together and cut it up into episodes, which is what I'm trying to do. Same thing. Control's a little bit quicker, so like once I get through Man and Medan, I can do the Control Let's Play a lot quicker, so that'll be easy. But yeah, just trying to kind of wrap up that kind of shit, and yeah, get episode 13 done as soon as I can. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's gonna do it for episode 51. Thanks for watching, everybody, or listening. Probably listening because there's no video. If you enjoyed this episode, please let us know in the comments. And by commenting, you can get a chance to be mentioned on the show and read your comments like we do every week.
And then we will judge you.
Yeah, we will judge the shit out of you. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Week now?
Smash the well, not every week, but most of the weeks. The weeks that Alec is here, we might maybe we'll do it every week. We'll see what happens. But smash the things, share the episode, and help us grow a little bit. Help us grow into big little boys and girls. And until next time, have a great week.
Bye.
Bye. Did it, Batman.